Monday, everybody? I think it's Monday. Oh my gosh, I don't even know what day of the week it is. Anyways, here we are on day 15 of 40 days of daily breathing superpower practice. Welcome, everybody. So happy to have you following along. How is everybody feeling with doing the breathing? What has been some of your favorite breath patterns so far? Anyways, be sure to leave your comments below. Let me know what is working and what isn't working. How did Breath of Fire go yesterday? We're actually going to do another form of Breath of Fire today. It's called Cannon Breath. But first, we have to pull our Louise Hay Power Thought cards. And the one I just pulled is I am in the process of positive change. I am unfolding and fulfilling ways. Only good can come to me. I now express health, happiness, prosperity, and peace of mind. So easy to say this and read these, but I'm curious, how many of you out there are, even though you try to be positive, you still have those negative thoughts rolling in? And what are some of those negative thoughts? Feel free to share those below. And just really look at why they're coming up. Are they coming up to help you understand something so you can express it? I know I've been having some really crazy thoughts coming up that are not very positive, but it's also showing me some areas that I can work on and improve on in order to come to life and have health, happiness, prosperity, and peace of mind. And for that just to be the natural thought process. So I know for those who may just be getting on the positive affirmation train, like this may all be new. So it's okay if those negative thoughts are coming up. I mean, I've been doing positive affirmations for a really long time and I still have negative stuff coming up. So just honoring wherever you are and just allowing. So I invite you to come into a nice seated position so we can get started with the cannon breath today. Making sure if you're sitting in a chair to plant your feet firmly on the ground. If you're sitting on your yoga mat, sitting in easy pose, and then putting your fingers into whichever mudra works best for you, or you feel called to use that mudra. And if you also are feeling like maybe you need a little bit more grounding, to put your hands on your knees face down, just kind of planting your hands into your knees. Or if you are feeling like you need a little extra support, putting your left hand face up with your right hand over it and then putting that in your lap. Again, just doing what feels most comfortable for you, coming into this time and this space. And the cannon breath is a little bit like fire or breath of fire. So I want to make sure that anybody on here who's pregnant or on their moon cycle, make sure you wait to do this breath until you're either not pregnant or you're not on your moon cycle, and just go back and do long, deep breathing today. That's the best breath to do when you are on your moon cycle or pregnant. And so I'm going to explain this breath. So you want to form your mouth into the shape of an O. So it looks like this. But you also want to make sure that your lips aren't too puckered and they're not too limp. So it's like that perfect balance, right? That we keep talking about. You don't want it too, and you don't want it just to be limp. Like, you really want to make sure that you're mindful of how you're holding your mouth while you're doing this. So, and another thing I like to share is when you first do this breath, put your hands over your cheeks, because you don't want your cheeks to bulge out. You want it to just be a nice breath over the tongue. So it kind of looks like this. And even for me doing this, like when I first do it, I like to just put my hands there just to feel, because sometimes it's really easy to go and bulging those cheeks out, and we don't want to do that. We want to make sure that it's a beautiful breath that just floats over the tongue, and that is just gently putting pressure on your cheeks, not bulging them out. And so as we come into this breath, just being mindful to close your eyes down, keeping your gaze at your third eye, which is right between your eyebrows, and just holding the gaze there. And just take a nice couple deep cleansing breaths just to fall into this practice more easily. And then once we do the cannon breath, we will put our hands up over our head and do that with 3 breaths in and out, and then just do a couple little movements to get that energy going. So go ahead and come into that nice seated position with a nice straight spine, a slight neck lock, your eyes closed down, and just take a second here before we officially get started in our 3 minutes, is just to kind of feel what this breath feels like. Maybe even look at yourself in the camera, or if you have a mirror in front of you, just to make sure that you have the right positioning for your mouth, because that is very important in this breath. And basically what you're going to be doing is just breathing out of your mouth. So you remember yesterday how we did the blowing the candle out? That's going to be the same exhale, where the inhale just automatically happens. But we're going to be just doing it through our mouth that's in the shape of an O. And so once you are feeling good about that, I will pull up my clock and we'll begin. And again, if you, at any point during this, if you start to feel lightheaded or dizzy, make sure that you just stop and reset. And you want to make sure that this breath is just happening automatically. It's not, that's not what you're trying to do. It's just a nice, beautiful breath that floats over your tongue and puts a little bit of pressure on your cheeks, but not bulging them out. All right, so let's begin. And again, just checking your cheeks throughout this. If you feel like you're bulging them out, you can always change it, start over again if you need to, but just making sure that you're just exhaling and the inhale is automatically coming in. And as you do this, you can feel it in your navel point. So again, it's like the breath of fire from yesterday, where we're exercising that navel point, and on the inhale your belly goes out, and on the exhale your belly is going back towards your spine, and as it automatically inhales, your belly is going out. Now, this breath cleanses and strengthens the parasympathetic nerves and adjusts digestion. So this is a great breath to do maybe before you eat, even if you do it for 30 seconds. It's actually kind of funny because I was thinking about doing this breath today, and I'm like, maybe I should do this before I eat today. So I did this before I ate my breakfast, and I actually just felt like I was in such a different state of being when I was eating, because I did my blessing before I ate, which is just a very simple gratitude, and then did maybe 10 seconds of the breath, and then started eating. And as I was eating my almonds, I was just thinking about, wow, where did these almonds come from? Like, I'm so thankful for all these people that played a role in getting these almonds to my kitchen table. So just as we do these new daily rituals or these new patterns that kind of set the stage for other things that come into our lives. Like, I wasn't thinking about doing gratitudes as I was eating, but it just kind of came to me, and I'm like, I wonder if that's because I centered myself more during the breath. Anyways, just continuing with this cannon breath, making sure that your lips are not too puckered and not too limp. You have that nice O shape and you're not bulging your cheeks out. Just allowing that breath to flow over your tongue with a slight pressure on your cheeks. And you're almost there. Only 30 seconds left. You're doing fabulous. And just allowing yourself to be wherever you are. If this breath isn't comfortable for you, just stop and go back to long, deep breathing. Maybe you can practice this another time. Sometimes certain breath patterns just aren't meant to happen in this moment. So just always honor your body in that. Go ahead and take a deep inhale, pulling your arms up over your head, making sure your shoulder blades are down, just letting that breath circulate for a second, and reaching your fingers out, reaching your arms up, and just letting it all out, bringing your arms back down, pushing all that air completely out, and then bringing your arms back up, stretching even higher, making sure your shoulder blades are down and back, reaching higher, just letting that energy circulate throughout your whole system. And again, bringing the arms back down, just sweeping them gently as you exhale, releasing the air completely. And then inhale again, bringing your arms back up over your head and just letting that air circulate, that beautiful new oxygen you have throughout your entire system, just nourishing and balancing your cells, each and every cell, bringing love, peace, harmony, and compassion. And then exhale completely, bringing your arms back down, making sure to keep your eyes closed. And just sitting here for a moment, just enjoying this new space that you've created. Cleansing and strengthening the parasympathetic nervous system and adjusting your digestion. I know for many of us, it's so easy to just shove food in our face and not really think about it, but food and nutrition is so important and needs to have its own time and space without a TV or a cell phone. And I know it's a lot easier said than done because I catch myself all the time. But to really focus on, how do you eat? Do you eat fast? Do you eat slow? Do you chew your food? Do you not chew your food? Do you have gratitude for where your food comes from? Just really starting to have this awareness around food, because it's what fuels our body. It's what nourishes us. It's what balances us. It's what can throw us into vomiting our brains out. It can make our physical body be in pain. Like, food is thy medicine, as Hippocrates said. It's so important. So when you're ready, put your hands over your eyes, opening your eyes into your hands, pulling your hands away from your face, making sure you focus your eyes into your hands so you don't startle your pineal gland. Bringing your hands down, maybe doing some wrist twirls, moving those fingers, shaking the shoulders around, doing a neck roll or two, making sure to keep a straight spine as you do this. And just integrating back into this space, back into your day, back into your Monday. Yes, it's Monday. I was right. February 1st. It's already February. Beautiful. So, again, just do what is best for you. And be sure to leave comments. Hey, Efrosini, I hope you enjoy the replay later. And just honor your body and what brings you joy, what brings you happiness. And You are always in the process of positive change, even though there may be some hiccups along the way. Look forward to seeing you all tomorrow at 12 p.m. Mountain Standard Time for day 16 of the Daily Breathing Superpower Practice. Have a great one, everyone. Much love.